Improving student performance through the use of feedback. Welcome to Lesson 2. Remember, what we attend to is what we encourage. In this lesson, you will identify 5 guidelines for effectively using feedback to positively reinforce student behavior. Feedback can provide critical information to a person who knows what to do and can do it, but occasionally forgets, makes errors, or needs to overcome competing habits. If a student does not have the knowledge or skills to do what is being asked, they need teaching first. Make it a priority to attend to students who are making academic and behavioral errors. Have you ever seen them successfully meet the expectation? Teach, model, and practice with the student, then start providing feedback when you know they understand. In Lesson 1, you learned about the types of feedback and the relationship between feedback and positive reinforcement. You also learned that praise, also known as positive feedback, is one of the most powerful tools at a teacher's disposal. These 5 guidelines will help you use feedback in a way that is meaningful and effective for supporting student success in the classroom. We will look at each of the guidelines individually to get a better idea of how they might work separately and together. Remember the guidelines from research about the rate of feedback, at least 6 statements per 15 minutes, and ratio of feedback, 4 positive to each 1 negative or corrective. This guideline gives you a little more information about the intensity of the feedback you use. For a student who is generally demonstrating success, and the goal is to acknowledge their effort and maintain the behaviors that are making them successful, it's likely the least intense type or amount of feedback is needed. Like a smile, thumbs up, thank you, or nice job. They get it, they have the skill, you're acknowledging their success. Sometimes it's nice to offer some public praise as well, like Student of the Week. For students who struggle with the skill, we may need to offer a little more intense feedback, such as very specific positive or corrective feedback paired with a tangible, like a sticker, token, or ticket. So long as you know the student has the skills to be successful, sometimes a little more incentive is needed to make the successful behavior the automatic or fluent behavior. Specific positive feedback is the most effective for encouraging growth and learning. You can provide specific positive feedback by clearly identifying the criteria for success and then communicating how the student performed. In this example, the teacher has identified perseverance and use of resources as the skills or behaviors to support success, and provides James clear feedback on exactly what he did that aligns with the expectations. The school-wide expectations that exist in your building and the classroom rules you collaboratively developed with your students provide some guidance about what is generally considered successful. Using some of the language from these expectations and the rules can help you remind students that what is being asked of them isn't arbitrary or unknown. It comes from what was taught and practiced from the beginning of the year. Making sure you have clear expectations and that you explicitly teach and practice with the students for assignments, classroom procedures, and special events like assemblies or guest speakers greatly increases the likelihood the students will meet the expectations. Be sure to focus on what you want to highlight from the students' actions and clearly name the behavior. Use a pleasant, friendly, natural voice. Be yourself, but your happy, encouraging self. A caution. Be sure you're giving feedback in a genuine manner. Be real. Students can spot disingenuous behavior a mile away, and it can damage rather than build relationships. And do not, repeat, do not use sarcasm as positive feedback. There's a big difference between saying, "Way to go, fourth period," in a genuine celebratory way, and "Way to go, fourth period," when you don't really mean it at all. Providing positive feedback to acknowledge the steps in a process or success over time can be very encouraging to students, especially for those who may struggle to stay on task or stay focused. This also communicates to students that you're aware of them, you're interested in what they're doing and how they're doing, and you're rooting for their success. As students become more fluent and successful in the classroom, academically, socially, emotionally, and behaviorally, you can fade from the more tangible rewards paired with positive feedback to the less intense smiles, gestures, and verbal comments. You can also fade from frequent feedback, which is critical to build or develop fluency in a new skill or behavior, to intermittent feedback, which occurs occasionally and in response to an example of success. These 5 guidelines are simply intended to help you use feedback more effectively to support student success. Please access the assignment titled Lesson 2, Pick a Guideline, and respond to the prompt asking you to choose one of these 5 guidelines and describe how you would incorporate it in your teaching. Woohoo! That's 2! Nice work completing Lesson 2.